Quick disclaimer. Information in this podcast is for general informational purposes only and is not intended to be treated as medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare team before making changes to your diet, lifestyle, supplementation, or medication.
Did you know that something as simple as a cup of tea could have a powerful impact on your blood sugar levels? That's right. It's not just about what you eat, but what you drink that can make all the difference.
Welcome to Type 2 Diabetes Talk, the place where we chat about what really works to treat type 2 diabetes and prediabetes naturally with nutrition and lifestyle. If you're looking to optimize blood sugar and A1C, lose weight, reduce medications, and improve your overall health, this is the place to be. Now, here's your host, Type 2 Diabetes Nutrition Specialist, Dr. Jetta.
Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to another episode of Type 2 Diabetes Talk, which is all about exploring natural ways to improve blood sugar and overall diabetes health. While medications, if necessary, can be a part of treatment, natural diet and nutrition strategies provide the most powerful foundation to treat prediabetes and T2 diabetes effectively. Natural diet and nutrition strategies also provide the foundational potential to reduce your medication reliance over time. We talk about foods quite a lot, but not drink so much. And one fantastic, enjoyable, and incredibly accessible natural strategy is drinking teas. Tea rituals have been an integral part of various cultures throughout history, evolving into more than just a simple act of drinking. And while the drinking of tea and the ritual of tea can be equally enjoyed, today we're diving deep into using teas to help manage blood sugar levels, as there are some teas that are rich in polyphenols and antioxidants that have been shown to impact blood sugar regulation positively. So grab yourself a warm cup of your favourite tea and get comfortable, because today we'll be exploring the incredible benefits of 5 powerful teas. We'll cover all 3 types of caffeinated tea under the same category: green tea, oolong tea, and black tea. So that's our first. And we'll also cover chamomile tea, cinnamon tea, Maté Tea, and mulberry tea, the other 4 teas. We'll delve into how each tea can help lower blood sugar levels, reduce A1C, and provide additional health benefits backed by scientific research. Let's kick things off with 3 types of tea that come from the same origin: green tea, oolong tea, and black tea. All 3 of these teas are derived from the same plant. Green tea is the baby of the family, undergoing minimal processing to preserve its green colour and high levels of catechins, a type of antioxidant that it contains in high amounts. Oolong tea is the middle child in the tea family, while black tea is the head of the family in terms of tea processing. So while green, oolong and black teas come from the same plant, they differ in their processing methods, which gives them unique flavours, polyphenol profiles, and potential effects on blood sugar levels. All 3 types of traditional caffeinated teas, green tea, oolong tea, and black tea, can provide significant benefits. According to research, tea polyphenolics have been suggested to possess blood glucose-lowering properties by inhibiting sugar transporters in the small intestine and improving insulin sensitivity. All 3 types of tea, green tea, oolong tea, and black tea, have been shown to inhibit glucose uptake into intestinal cells. Green tea, however, has been shown to be most effective for inhibiting sugar transporters, followed by oolong tea, then black tea. It's interesting to note that overall, the research supports both green tea and oolong tea as being the best types to support improvements in blood glucose levels. Oolong tea specifically has shown stronger outcomes. But let's first look closer at green tea. When researchers do a systematic review and meta-analysis of randomised control trials, they are assessing the overall impact when they draw all the data together from clinical trials, and this is considered the highest form of evidence. A systematic review and meta-analysis of 27 clinical trials of green tea found that it lowered fasting blood glucose, but only marginally, around 1.44 milligrams per decilitre, or for our metric listeners, that's around 0.1 millimoles per litre. But they didn't see any effect on A1C levels. Another systematic review and meta-analyses found that green tea reduced fasting blood glucose by an average of 2.1 milligrams per decilitre, or 0.1 millimoles per litre, particularly in those under 55 years of age, which was a strange finding. While green tea may not be the most powerful tea to lower blood sugar levels specifically, it does have other incredible benefits, including its rich antioxidant content, which can help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. It also supports heart health, aids in weight management, and has been linked to improved cholesterol levels, making it a beneficial addition to your natural lifestyle plan. Now let's consider the benefits of oolong tea. Systematic review and meta-analyses indicated the average fasting blood glucose reduction from oolong tea was 39.91 milligrams per decilitre, or 2.2 millimoles per litre for our metric listeners. I just want to note that we always include both metrics for blood sugar levels, as we have listeners from all over the world. So we want to make sure we're providing these numbers in both milligrams per decilitre and millimoles per litre, as this can differ depending where you live. So back to oolong tea. The average fasting blood glucose reduction from oolong tea was 39.91 milligrams per decilitre, or 2.2 millimoles per litre. Now, that's quite a significant reduction and certainly much greater than green tea. I noticed this review hadn't included one earlier trial on oolong tea in their analysis, and in this study, researchers observed that participants consumed 1,500 ml of oolong tea daily for 30 days, experienced a significant decrease in their fasting blood glucose levels. And when I say significant, I mean 67 milligrams per decilitre reduction. That's 3.7 millimoles per litre. That's a pretty massive drop. Imagine how you'd feel if your morning blood glucose reading dropped by just simply drinking oolong tea. Now, 1,500 ml is quite a lot per day, around 53 ounces or 6.34 cups of tea. So in the study, people replaced drinking water for drinking the oolong tea. So if you were to try this, I'd make a large pot of the tea, which can purchase as both loose leaf form and convenient tea bags, and then cool the tea and put it into a large BPA-free drinking bottle, and you could sip that throughout the day. So we saw a dramatic reduction in fasting blood glucose levels from having oolong tea on a daily basis over 30 days. But not only that, studies have shown that oolong tea can help lower A1C levels by about 0.24%. While that doesn't seem like a lot, it's certainly still a benefit. Now, you might be wondering, what's happening inside my body when I drink this tea? Well, as we touched on earlier, oolong tea appears to inhibit the uptake of glucose in cells, potentially slowing down the absorption of carbs from your meals. Other benefits of consuming oolong tea include lowering adiponectin levels and lowering LDL particle size. This was in a study where people consumed 1,000 ml each day for 1 month. That's about 34 ounces or 4.23 cups. Adiponectin is a hormone produced primarily by fat cells, our adipocytes, that's involved in regulating glucose levels and fatty acid breakdown. It has anti-inflammatory and anti-heart disease properties, making it an essential hormone for metabolic health. And as we spoke about in episodes 42 and 44, LDL cholesterol is not bad if you have large buoyant particles. So the fact that oolong tea can help transform small particle size is really a fantastic benefit. So both of these are great additional benefits of drinking oolong tea.
Get proven, practical support to lower blood sugar weight and medication. Check out Dr. Jetta's programs and services at type2diabetestalk.com/programs.
Before we move on to some herbal teas, let's look closer at another caffeinated tea. Maté Tea. You might not have heard of Maté Tea. It's a traditional South American beverage made from the leaves of the yerba mate plant, and it's packed with antioxidants and polyphenols. One thing to note though is that Maté Tea is a caffeine-heavy beverage, so it's not suited to everyone's metabolism. But if you tolerate caffeine-rich beverages, its benefits for blood sugar levels may be worth exploring. In a study involving people with type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetes, participants who had 330 mils, about 11 ounces or 1.4 cups of roasted Maté tea 3 times a day for 60 days experienced a reduction in fasting blood glucose by 25 milligrams per decilitre or 1.4 millimoles per litre. Even more impressive, their A1C levels dropped by 0.85%. That's substantial for just 2 months of drinking tea. Research suggests Maté tea works by helping the body manage blood sugar in a few different ways. First, it contains chlorogenic acid, which can help reduce the amount of glucose released by the liver, meaning there's less sugar entering your bloodstream. Another compound called caffeic acid helps improve how well liver cells take in glucose, which is particularly useful when your body's insulin isn't working as effectively, such as in insulin resistance, which is present for most people with pre- and T2 diabetes. Also, studies show that Maté tea extract can reduce the amount of sugar absorbed in the intestines, such as we noted earlier, and this helps keep blood sugar levels more stable. So these combined effects make Maté tea a great option for supporting blood sugar management naturally. Maté tea is also known for supporting heart health and has been shown to lower LDL and triglyceride levels in both pre- and T2 diabetes. And in terms of systematic reviews, there has been one conducted in 2023, which looked at 23 studies. Not all were randomised controlled trials, but the purpose of this review was to establish the beneficial physiological effects of yerba mate tea. The review concluded that there were consistent positive effects of consuming Maté tea for metabolic health improvements due to its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activities. Most of these studies did use a tea infusion, but I did notice in the results that some used extract capsules, 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams, with positive outcomes. Although these extract studies were different populations, not in people with diabetes, but still interesting to note. Moving on from caffeinated teas, let's explore a few herbal teas. Next up is chamomile tea, which is more than just a relaxing bedtime staple. It's often known for its calming properties, but chamomile also provides benefits when it comes to managing blood glucose levels. Researchers asked participants who are people living with T2 diabetes to consume chamomile tea for 8 weeks in 150 ml or 5 ounces of hot water 3 times per day immediately after meals. For A1C, people saw a 0.03% reduction. Now you might be thinking, well, that's not much, but remember, this change came purely from drinking herbal tea. For something so simple and natural, that's a fantastic contribution. But it doesn't stop there. The study also reported improvements in insulin resistance and positive changes in cholesterol levels. Additionally, chamomile has strong antioxidant properties that help protect your body from oxidative stress, which is often heightened in diabetes. Chamomile tea is incredibly easy to find with organic options available online or in most supermarkets. Brew a cup in the evening after dinner, and not only will you be supporting your blood sugar levels, but you'll also be setting yourself up for a restful night's sleep, which is important too. The next tea we're investigating is cinnamon tea, a sweet and satisfying tea. In reviews of cinnamon supplementation, it has been shown to significantly reduce fasting levels and A1C. Although cinnamon is more widely studied in supplement form, primarily Ceylon cinnamon, the tea still contains beneficial compounds that can have a positive impact. And the effects on blood glucose have been tested using cinnamon tea. In one study, people with diabetes were given cinnamon tea made from the cinnamon sticks. This is very easy to do and delicious. We have a recipe on our website, so we'll leave that in the show notes, or for our members, you can find a variety of the cinnamon tea recipes inside the members site, and we'll leave those alongside the show notes in the members library as well. So in this study, people were given 100 ml or 3.4 ounces, or about a third of a cup of cinnamon tea. And the most important benefit was it lowered the maximum glucose concentration, meaning the tea helped prevent sharp spikes in blood sugar. In another study with people with type 2 diabetes, people were given either cinnamon tea or normal tea. The people consuming the cinnamon tea had a lower postprandial level of 20.25 milligrams per decilitre or 1.1 millimoles per litre, and the normal tea group had a rise of 54.2 milligrams per decilitre or 3.0 millimoles per litre. So again, this demonstrates that cinnamon tea reduces blood glucose spikes after meals, which is a really fantastic benefit. While the tea itself has not been studied extensively, the benefits of cinnamon for blood glucose have. And what's great about cinnamon tea is that it's incredibly easy to make, as I already mentioned. You can buy pre-made tea bags, or even better, make your own by simmering a cinnamon stick in water for 10 to 15 minutes, which is super easy to do. The result is a wonderfully sweet and aromatic tea that you can enjoy hot or cold, so please head down to the website for that cinnamon tea recipe. Before moving on to the next tea, let's hear a testimonial from one of our members.
Brenda said, "My turnaround is all thanks to the people at DMP. Less than a year ago, I weighed 160 pounds, more than I ever had pregnant, and my whole system was out of whack, including high sugars. Thanks to the information on your site, I am down to a healthy 110 pounds and feeling much better without any meds. Thank you for showing me the way and for giving my 3 young children back their active, healthy, and happy mother."
Finally, let's explore mulberry tea, a lesser-known tea that has been used in Asian traditional medicine to promote health, relieve common colds, enhance eye, liver and kidney functions, and decrease blood sugar and cholesterol. But mulberry leaf isn't all just folklore. Multiple studies have looked closely at mulberry leaf to determine it has multiple bioactive compounds, including phenolics, flavonoids, anthocyanins, and alkaloids. Mulberry leaves also contain a compound called DNJ, which has been shown to inhibit the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. Reviews of mulberry leaf have concluded that mulberry leaf can be used for treating diabetes by reducing insulin resistance, protecting islet cells and regulating glucose metabolism. There have been multiple studies in animals demonstrating positive effects, and clearly its use throughout history no doubt confirms its effects. And in terms of clinical trials though, in people with type 2 diabetes using the tea only, not the supplementation, there is only one that I could find, which is a bit disappointing. After looking at this evidence, I think studies using this tea could be one that deserves more research to investigate its impact for type 2 diabetes under different scenarios, because the one clinical trial conducted did show a very significant outcome. In this clinical trial, participants from India were given either mulberry tea or black tea with 1 teaspoon of sugar after the same breakfast. Compared to those drinking black tea, the participants drinking the mulberry tea saw a difference in fasting blood glucose of 25 milligrams per decilitre or 1.4 millimoles per litre, and an even more impressive difference in postprandial after meal blood glucose levels of 77 milligrams per decilitre or 4.3 millimoles per litre. Now that's quite a substantial difference. What's interesting was these people were obviously not well controlled in terms of blood sugar, as their fasting ranges were already high, at around 153 to 178 milligrams per decilitre. That's around 8.5 to 9.9 for our metric listeners. After their breakfast, their levels were also really high. The black tea group was 287 milligrams per decilitre, or 15.9 millimoles per litre, and the mulberry tea group was 210 milligrams per decilitre, or 11.7 millimoles per litre. While I know that sounds alarming, and it is, levels at 287 are ridiculously high, what's really obvious is that the impact of the mulberry tea was clearly visible. The participants had exactly the same breakfasts. The only difference was the teas, so the difference of 25 milligrams for fasting, or 1.4 millimoles, and they also saw that difference of 77 milligrams for their postprandial levels, or 4.4 millimoles. Those are really both significant outcomes, and considering these results, mulberry tea seems to be able to inhibit the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. So, as I indicated earlier, I think this tea could be one that deserves more research to investigate its impact for T2 diabetes under different scenarios, and given its rich traditional history and the collective evidence, I believe it can provide benefits to your regular routine if you wanted to include it. Mulberry tea is becoming increasingly popular and can be found online or in health food stores. And we've also got all these teas and online options on our website or inside the member site alongside episode 56. So there you have it. 5 incredible teas that can support you to achieve healthier blood sugar levels. In terms of postprandial levels, your after-meal blood glucose levels, cinnamon tea has the most powerful impact. In terms of A1C, Maté Tea has demonstrated the greatest impact. Overall, though, each of these teas offers unique benefits, and incorporating them into your daily routine can be an enjoyable and easy way to help manage your blood sugar naturally. Take a moment to experiment with these teas, find your favourites, and create a routine that works for you. The best part, you're not just drinking a cup of tea, you're actively supporting your health and well-being one sip at a time. Thank you for joining me today, and if you found this episode helpful, please take time to leave a review on Apple, Spotify, or our website and share it with others who might benefit. Until next time, take care of you. Dr. Jeddah, over and out.
Thanks for tuning in to Type 2 Diabetes Talk. Please subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform. And for episode replays, episode notes, and more, visit type2diabetestalk.com. New episodes are available Tuesdays, 10 a.m. US Eastern Time, or your time zone equivalent. Thanks again. We're truly grateful to be a part of your life and help make a real difference.